What up, YouTube? This is Steven, and welcome back to another photo analysis. This time I'll be analyzing the covers of Lark in Ciel's single Wings Flap. Let's begin with the regular edition version of the single cover. Alright, so we have this very colorful something in this picture. I'm assuming it looks like a person's head with a whole bunch of stuff on it. You know, like wings, looks like some flowers, a whole bunch of stuff going on there. And a whole lot of coloration there as well. And it looks like they're in space, or the person's in space. Okay, that's interesting. So, okay, I see that they aren't, they're trying to interpret wings flap with the feathers on, this person's head, or I'm not really sure what this is. It's, very abstract. I don't know for sure who or what this is. But I'll assume that it's a person for the time being. So yeah, I see that they're interpreting the wings flap theme with the feathers. Okay. And it kind of looks like possibly they're trying to show motion or show movement when you look at the back of the person's, I guess, head and you see the colors flowing. It kind of looks like movement. And plus, we have a scene of them in what looks like outer space. So perhaps, wings and movement, wings flapping, going forward. Perhaps that's their way of interpreting the theme. And to be fair, it isn't the easiest theme to interpret. And as well, I like that their interpretation was not extremely obvious, because it could have been really obvious where it's like, okay, I have wings and I'm flapping them, but they decided to go a different route, and I applaud them for doing that. I have an issue with the typography in this on this single cover here. I wish that the typography was more like you could see it better, because look at it. Like, you can see it, but you should be able to see it much better. And it kind of fades into the background a little bit and gets mixed up with all the other colors in the background. Yeah, it's just like, and their names getting lost as well in the background. So yeah, I wish they would have, reworked the typography and made it more visible. But overall, this photo is really interesting. It's like, if you look at it, you're like trying to just figure out what's going on here. What is it? It really gets your mind thinking. It isn't the most contemporary look. It's very extremely edgy, extremely avant-garde, and I applaud them for doing something that is different from the mainstream, even a little risky as well. Let's move on to the next single cover. The next single cover is the single cover for the limited edition version. And here, this looks like more or less the photographic negative of the regular edition version of the single cover. And I really think this one is really interesting. I like the way that the figure looks. Like, you can see the wings are transparent, you can see through them, and I like the brightness of the background is really white. And I really like the coloration too. the coloration is really like kind of like breathtaking almost. The coloration is really soft and a little reminiscent of watercolors. A little bit. One issue that I do have with this photo, this single cover, is the typography. Again, like the typography is fading into the background. And the background is like really colorful, really complex. So it's getting lost in the background, and it shouldn't be. You should be able to see the typography in the forefront. So again, I wish they would have reworked the typography and ultimately just placed it better, you know, or either made it just bigger and just reworked it, pretty much just reworked it, make it more visible. Let's move on to the next single cover. The next single cover is the cover for the limited LP edition of the single. And this photo, this single cover is really similar to the regular edition version of the single cover, minus the background. The background this time around is pink. So I'm not a super huge fan of the pink background. I don't know what for, why. Why did they choose pink? Not that I'm against the color pink, but I don't know, it just seems a little random for me. But to be fair, any basic color as a background would be sort of random, other than white. I think white works, as we've seen already. But I don't know. Perhaps they could have chosen a different color. But I do like the coloration of the figure in the photo. You know, I don't know. I don't quite understand it. Looks like some birds in there, some feathers, some birds, some flowers, some colors, a whole bunch of stuff going on there. And once again, typography could definitely use some reworking. It needs to be more visible. Again, the typography kind of gets lost in the background, and that should not happen. But let's move on to the final photo. The final photo is a promotional photo for the single, and it's pretty much just the members of the band posing in the photo. I like the background. I like the light show in the background. It's kind of like, like the Northern Lights, or the Aurora Borealis, excuse me. And, it looks like it's taking place kind of like at night or around twilight. I will say, I guess, like, for me, the dude on the far left would be the best in this photo. The second best would be the dude with the hat. The third best would be the dude with the really long hair. That's on the far right. And the fourth would be the dude with what looks like a bird on the side of his head. At first I thought it was a butterfly, but it looks like a bird now. So yeah, I kind of wish they, like, some of the outfits kind of are okay-ish, The worst outfit for me is the dude with the bird on the side of his head. I like the outfit of of the dude on the far right and the dude next to him. Dude on the far left, his outfit is okay. I wish he would have maybe like either removed the ruffles or removed the red scarf thing. One or the other. Probably the ruffles. Maybe hide the ruffles. Alright, so here's how I rank these photos. I rank the limited edition version of the single as the best photo. And for me, it's because of the coloration, and I really think it could sell a single cover the best, in my opinion. I really like this coloration here. And again, it really gets you looking at the photo, and you're like, wow, let me see what's this about, you know, let me analyze this. The second best photo would be the regular edition version of the single cover. And I like the coloration, I like the background, but it's a little dark for me, you know. But it looks nice, you know. And I like, you know, the kind of like the stars in the back as well. The third best photo is the limited LP edition. I don't like the pink. Like I don't think it's the worst color ever, but I don't know. For some reason, I don't think it goes well in this particular situation. You know, but it's not terrible. It's not the worst thing ever. You know. And the fourth best photo is the promotional photo. I like that. You know, you can see the band members here, and I like the background too. You know, it's not, you know, the worst photo, but as a single cover, it may be lacking, you know. But, you know, it's not like the worst photo ever. It's not like terrible or anything, you know. Despite the issues in it, it's not terrible. But what do you guys think? Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and support are extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Until the next photo analysis, adios and goodbye for now.